Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. Touchdowns on liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's up? What's up, all my Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles fans? We're not going to get tired of saying that. So, what's happening? What's going on? The aftermath of the parade. Man, we had a good time down there last night. I was up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I got over the bridge at like 7:30. I got over the bridge at like 7. I was there at 7:30. We wasn't supposed to be there until 8:30, man. But I didn't know what traffic was going to be like. I wasn't taking that chance. I had more problem going home than I did getting there. So, but yeah, man, it was fun, man. We had a good time. Had a chance to hang out with Kelsey and Brent Selleck. Totally forgetting the fact that Brent Selleck's from my hometown. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio. So we was going back and forth about that. I got Jason Kelsey on film saying that he's going to be on the podcast. Now, I don't know if that's going to manifest itself, but for what it's worth, he said it. We'll see if we can follow up with him and make something happen. But hey, you never make the shots you don't take, right? But man, we had a good time, man. We had a good time. I was surprised it wasn't as many alumni there. I think some of the guys may have. I know two in particular. I know Darwin Walker and the OG Harold Carmichael. They did not want to get on the bus and go all the way to the art museum and have to sit there for 3 hours or whatever. Although it seemed like this time everything flowed a little bit quicker. Just the day, moved along. So it wasn't like last time, and like we was just sitting around, it seemed like for hours. But yeah, it was a small group of us. This time it was about, I want to say 10 of us. And but we had a good time, man. We had a good time. It was me, my boy Luther Broughton, Brandon Whiting, Ken Dunnick, Jerry Fahary, Mike, I think his name Mike Curicio. Who else? Rashid Bailey, John Booty, my boy Boots, Victor. I don't want to mess up Victor's last name. I believe it is IB Amari. Who else? Who else am I missing? William Fuller was there. I think that was it. And then later, like about, I don't know, I want to say not even a half hour before they was trying to get us out to the museum steps. That's when Kelsey came in, Brent Selleck came in, and he was with like 2 other dudes, but I have no idea who those dudes were. So, but we had a good time, man. We had a good time from start to finish. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Jeffrey Lurie always extending the invitation out to the alumni. He had buses for us. We rode down there. You'll see in my video, had a chance to drive the parade route, and then everybody's already out there. The minute they see yellow buses, everybody start going crazy and waving. And, Broad Street was jam-packed. And then when we got to the roundabout at the museum, oh my gosh, that was ridiculous, man. That was ridiculous. So we're going to walk through the video, man, and I got shots for you. If you got questions, hit me up. Man, we had such a good time, though. We had such a good time. Let me see who we got in the chat. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. Daniel Berry Sports, first out the limo. What's going on, Daniel? Chris Bruce is in there. They said I was a diva. They said all I cared about was the stats. Just remember that what you can call me an effing champion. Yes, sir. AJ Brown. Aussie Johnny's in the building. What's going on, man? Um, Carlos, let's get it, coach. What a parade. You was at work. Went to the top of the plat to watch. Okay, okay. Nice. So you had a good view. You saw how many people were out there. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. My guy Function. What's going on? You love my Lotta speech or his singing. So I was trying to get over there to get a shot with my Lotta because I met my Lotta. I met him years ago at my boy Visek and him as Luau. Good dude. But he listen, my Lotta was taking pictures with everybody. So at the podium, you had that long stage. They had that whole riser of steps. They just basically extended it out and down for the podium. And my Lotta was in the corner. And right after the thing was over, it was just a flood of people, just a flood of people going up to get autographs and get pictures and all that type of stuff. Um, my one mistake was I was sitting, me and Jeremiah Trotter were sitting together. I was right behind him. Um, and I saw him like, waving at his son and everything. If I'd have been smart, I'd have followed Trot right on up there to his son, and I could have took some pictures. Probably could have got a hat signed and all that kind of good stuff, man. But after that, I zigged when I should have zagged, and I ended up going on the right side, and it was just a river of people trying to get up there, and it was crazy, man. So after that, I spent about 20 minutes after it was officially over. Took pictures, said dapped everybody up, said goodbye. Went around to the side, took a picture with at the Rocky Trophy. You'll see that in my video, and then I took that long ass hike to the buses to get back to NovaCare. So again, shout out to Jeffrey Lurie for hosting us. We parked at the NovaCare, so we didn't have to deal with the traffic and worry about public transportation. Came right down to NovaCare, went right in there, parked. We waited at the field house. They had food for us. They had bagels and donuts and coffee and hot chocolate. They brought in hoagies from Wawa. So we was good, you know, and I guess it was about, I don't know, almost 9 o'clock. And then we came in, we didn't come in, but it was a ton of people in the field house by that time. So people had their kids with them. So everybody at the field house was either alumni or family of uh, players and stuff like that. And you'll see, I got a picture. I made sure I got a picture with Saquon's dad. So I brought him over, introduced him to all of the alumni. We took a picture together. So that was cool. He had the white 26 jersey on. So that was cool. All the kids, was a bunch of kids in there throwing footballs around, took pictures and all that kind of stuff. So it was fun. We signed a couple autographs, was taking pictures with people. So that was good. The OG Harold Carmichael was in there. He was like, man, I ain't staying, man. They gonna turn it into an autograph session. I'm out of here. So he came in. He came in and hung with us a couple times. We'll stay in for about 20 minutes. Then he, got up out of there. So that was cool. But I had a good time. They had everything like water and Gatorade. They had everything. They had it laid out. And then when we got on the bus, we went down there and we drove the route, man. And driving that route down Broad Street and seeing all of them people out there, you're gonna see it in the video. Man, that feeling is off the chain. Now, I mean, I've experienced stuff like that before, but I try to tell people, if you've ever been in that type of environment where even for a small amount of time, you are the focus of everybody's attention, that that energy is tangible. It's tangible. Um, when I don't know, when I was in high school, we won a state title, and I scored the winning touchdown, and everybody's happy because of what I did. That energy is tangible. When I broke the all-time rushing record at Eastern Kentucky, and all of that energy is coming to you, um, that feeling is tangible. Like you feel it. Um, the first time I stepped on the field at the vet. I know they weren't cheering for me, but I'm wearing that Kelly green, and everybody's hollering, and I'm smacking hands, and people going nuts. And when I scored my first touchdown at the vet, I'm telling you that you can feel it, you can taste it. That energy reverberates through your body. It's very difficult to explain it unless you've been through that situation. Very hard to explain, but it is a great feeling. Um, and that's the feeling you get driving down Broad Street. And at that particular time, you got to remember these people have been out there for probably an hour or two. Because I know some people down at the art museum, they camped out. They had their tents ready. They was gonna get them a good spot. So they had camped out down there, and them people were out on Broad Street 10, 15, 20 deep. Um, it was crazy, man. And then they see the buses and we waving outside, and everybody just going nuts when we drive by. Um, I don't even know if they knew we were the alumni because the alumni was in the first bus and everybody else was just friends and family. So we just wave it and just everybody just going nuts regardless. They didn't care. So, but it was a lot of fun. Um, a lot of fun. The people that was organizing it when we first got there, the people that were handing out the bracelets and checking your tickets and all of that type of stuff, basically the Eagle staff, it was about six of them on the bus with us. So they were out waving and all that kind of stuff. Man, we had a good time. You know, had to watch what we were doing. I had my camera out the window filming people, and I was like, man, if this bus hit a bump or something, hit a pothole on Broad Street, I'm gonna be wrecked because my phone gonna be on the floor. So I had to bring my phone inside and exercise some caution because you get caught up in the moment. Don't be like Jeffrey Lurie and damn near fall off the bus. So, or like Howie, you see Howie get clocked with that beer can. I was like, what are they doing? Somebody hit Howie. Jeffrey Lurie lost his balance. And what else happened? Oh, somebody threw a beer can and knocked the drone from out of the sky. It's like, man, what are they doing? What are they doing? So yeah. Watching Sirianni pour beers into people's yeah, that was funny. That was funny. Let me see. Have you seen the vids of how the broadcast butchered it? I heard about that. I didn't see it. We actually they had a big screen in the conference room we were in, and they had the feed from Fox 29. So, but when they were giving the speeches, we were down at the front of the podium. So we didn't hear none of that. I could go back and watch it again, but everybody was talking about it. But what do you expect? You knew they was going to be dropping F-bombs and all that kind of stuff, MFers, and it happens every year, especially, everybody is lit. Everybody is lit. Poor Nolan Smith, did he even make it to the podium? He fell out. They had to get an escort for him because he couldn't even walk back to the damn bus. He walking on Broad Street. He done taken the, and this is the thing where you gotta have a sober teammate with you. Because Nolan Smith is lit and he takes some kid, put him on his shoulders and walking around. And first thing I'm thinking of is if this dude loses his balance with that child on his shoulders, I was like, Lord have mercy, please. So, but everything worked out good. But he did fall out and they did have to put him put him in the cops had to put him in the car, and I think they just took him to the museum or whatever. And it was somebody else. It was Booker, Thomas Booker. He was walking backwards and just fell over a cop on his bike because he just wasn't paying attention. I don't know how drunk he was because he immediately turned around and helped the cop up and pulled the bike up and stuff like that. But just stuff like that happens when you're drinking too much. It is what it is. So, because even when we was in the conference room and Kelsey came in, Kelsey was like, I tried to tell him, if you want to drink light beer. Don't drink anything. Don't drink any liquor, especially nothing brown. Just drink light beer. It'll give you a nice little buzz, and you'll still be able to function and remember. Because I'll be surprised if Nolan Smith can remember a damn thing. Because that joker was toe up from the flow up. He was He was next level. So, but yeah, it was fun. Everything turned out good. Eagle Stewart says, "Where is McNabb, Cunningham, Westbrook, even Jaworski?" They were listen, man, a lot of times people just like to watch it from home. Watch it from home, chilling. You ain't got to do it all did with all the crowds and all of that type of stuff. Obviously, Trot was gonna be down there because his kid was there. But like, me and Trot got pictures with from the last time we were there. Matter of fact, I just sent him the pictures I took of him a couple minutes ago. But I was looking forward to seeing Seth. Seth wasn't there. All the alumni, the invite goes out, but a lot of people just like to, be at home just chilling, just be comfortable. And I ain't mad at them. I ain't mad at them a little bit. So, but it was definitely more last time. And like I said, they had a spot for us. You had two options. You could either go to the art museum, which is what I did because I like to be with the people and all that kind of stuff. That's just a fun experience for me. And then they had one where they had someplace close to the NovaCare where you could see the start of the parade. So I think a lot of guys went there. So when the parade finally got past them, they was up out of there. So you can see the beginning of the parade, see the guys dap up the players and whatever, chop it up with some of the guys. And then you still had plenty of time to get home and watch the rest of the parade on television if you wanted to. So that split up the alumni a little bit, but either option was good because, man, when we got to the art museum, they had the conference room for us. They had the big screen TV. They had hoagies and sandwiches and tasty cakes and chips and beer and coffee, and they had it out. We were good. We were good. So we had a good time. We just chilled out. Shout out to what's her name? Her name was Marsha. She had been coordinating stuff at the art museum for like 28 years. She was there. She was there with her husband, her 12-year-old son. We introduced him. Uh he was a little overwhelmed with all of the football players there. So we got him involved, played like some little, two truths and a lie with us. We did that type of stuff, icebreaker type stuff. So got the kid involved. So we had a good time. We took pictures with him and all that type of stuff. So I mean, we had a good time at the room though. We was chilling. We was chilling. Um, and then we stayed there for about half the time. And then before you knew it, they were coming to get us like, all right, y'all got about a half hour. Um, they had other people coming through the museum and everybody kept trying to come into our room. So she was heading them off, talking about this room is for players only and stuff. Like a couple people tried to sneak in to get autographs, stuff like that. So, but it was cool. It was cool. They took care of us. Shout out to the art museum. They were really good. Really good. So, but yeah, it was we had a good time. We had a good time. So, but I don't know what some of them guys were thinking. I know Kelsey, they were driving down there, got out of a car. They got some type of crazy story about how they got to the art museum because they zigged when they should have zagged and it just didn't work. So, um, Kim gave Keith Byers. Where did you see Keith Byers? Gave him a hug today. Okay, okay. He lives in Florida. Okay, all right, Kimmy. All right, all right. You got an Eagles bar in China. We the world's team. Okay, nice, nice. What's up, Chris 3K? Uh, yeah, the OG man. Harold cool as hell, man. Harold like, but sometimes Harold like he just I don't really blame him. He was like, man, if I stay in here, it's gonna turn into an autograph session, and he knows that because Harold is the type of dude he ain't gonna turn nobody down. So he was trying to avoid it before it started. Because once you in there, and everybody started, especially he had his Hall of Fame jacket on too. Not his gold jacket, obviously, but he got like a suede jacket that says Hall of Fame, got all his stuff on there. So he was wearing that. So I'm surprised somebody didn't recognize him and try to because once one would have came over, it would have been a barrage of people. It would have been a barrage of people. So it was there's not too many places to hide in that field house. It's the field and that's it. And you got a bathroom and then the exit. So there's nowhere to go. You can't hide behind or go into a different room. Nothing like that. So He kept dipping in and dipping out, but it was cool, man. It was cool. So we had let me see, couldn't sneak out of six. So that's funny though. Did I see the drone video of the car? I've seen a couple of drone videos. They had drones all over the place, man. I really want to catch. It's probably on one of. It's probably on some of the Eagle stuff because they had. I must have counted about 6 or 8 drones up the steps, and where the right above where they were launching the fireworks, it was 2 drones that stayed right there. So they probably got some cool uh perspective footage from there. So um it was um it was cool. You saw the video of how he getting smacked. Yo, they touched him with that beer can. They threw that beer can hard too. I was like, usually they just toss it, but it was, I don't know who did that. Probably some kid or something. I don't know, but he was trying out for the damn Phillies. So Sweet Chin Music. It was a bit brisk. Don't get it twisted. It was cold too, and that wind was whipping. That wind was whipping. So yes, I agree with you. Um, it was cold out there. It was definitely cold. So Adam John says that parade was fire. I agree 100%. Howie Roseman or Theo Epstein. Hell nah. He better than Theo Epstein. uh did you get to meet the current players? We ran into them, but I mean, you got so much going on. Everybody's already drunk. Um, and like I didn't, like I said, if I'd have got up there right after the right after it ended, I probably could have talked to him and took more pictures with him. But it was just a flood of people going up there. So you know, I was like, let me get what I can get. Got up there, took a couple pictures, but I wasn't trying to seek anybody out or nothing like that. It was too much going on. Um, but I mean, still, it was cool, man. You surprised Seth didn't show up? Seth may have been because he was on the radio yesterday, so he in town. He may have just not wanted to be bothered. I don't trust me. Listen, when you're doing something like this, it is a commitment. It's a commitment. I know if I was going up there and I was going to the art museum, I'm not getting home till 4 o'clock. And I don't blame some people if they don't want to. My grandson was up there and he was like, I said, "Are you staying for the speeches?" He was like, "Nah, I'm getting out of there before then." He wanted to see the buses go by and he was out. And I don't blame him because you want to get home and it not take 3 hours. I don't blame you. So, you know, it all depends on how you feeling. You were down there at the art museum. Guy that was down there gave me some beers and a bottle of Henny. Handing shots out to our beloved fan, man. You got to be careful with that Henny, bro. You got to be careful with that Henny, man. Henny will mess around, make you make memories that you can't remember. Uh, hey, Kelly Asbury. Glad you're at the parade. I am too. Wished I could have flown home for that. I was there for the 2018 championship. Miss Philly. Yep. It was a lot more people too. A lot more people. Um, Sad Bill Berge passed away, didn't witness Super Bowl. Yeah, yeah. Bill was cool, man. I got a lot of pictures with Bill. Would always see him. Bill was one of the first time they had an alumni day with the Eagles. Bill Berge was one of the first people I saw and was always gracious, always gave you a handshake, hug, all that type of good stuff, man. And ever since then, every time you see him, take a selfie with him, give him a hug, and it was always all good, man. So yeah, I was sad when Bergie passed away, man. Who did I meet for the first time that impressed me? Um, I don't know, impressed would be the right word. I just had fun. That was my first time meeting Kelsey. Kelsey was cool as hell, but I didn't expect anything else from him because I know that he's a genuine dude. My first time meeting Brent Selleck. But just us, we connected on the fact that we all from Ohio, and then me and Brent Selleck are both from Cincinnati. We just went to different high schools. So, how one of them things you meet somebody for the first time. What, you from Cincinnati too? What? And you get to talking on that level, man. So that was cool. trying to think, did I meet anybody else? I know Brandon. I met Rasheed Bailey. Rasheed Bailey played for the Eagles for I want to say 3 years, I think. Then he played up and he ended up going up to Canada. He got two rings. He won two championships with the Winnipeg Bombers, Blue Bombers. And he knows one of my homeboys up in Canada. There's a guy up in Canada. He doesn't play anymore. He's one on the broadcast booth. His name is Milt Stiegel. Look him up. Milt Stiegel is the CFL's version of Jerry Rice. And we went to high school together. We didn't like we went to different high schools, but we were all friends in high school. So we knew each other. You guys saw if you watched me a couple weeks ago, I had my buddy Ron Carpenter, one of my best friends from home, from my high school. Him and Milt were really good friends. And matter of fact, Carp was the guy that introduced me to Milt. Um, so yeah, so I've known Milt for years. And then I meet Rasheed Bailey playing for Winnipeg, and that's who Milt played for. So I was like, you know, Milt Sticky? He was like, yeah, I know Milt. So you talking, you know, when you get any type of familiarity with, you know, former players and teammates, man, you just go to the next level, man. So Rasheed was cool. I met Victor. Um, Victor was cool because Victor played with Kelsey. And then when Kelsey walked in and he saw Victor, immediately he went over there, gave him a hug, and like, what have you been up to? And all that type of stuff, man. So when you hook up with old teammates and stuff like that, man, it's like you don't miss a beat, bro. You don't miss a beat. Um, yeah, the beer can tossing is getting dangerous. Facts. Yeah, everybody went home and fell right to sleep. uh yeah, it did nothing too, because I heard about the shooting, but I think they blew that. They made it sound worse than it was, because apparently you know what? I ain't even gonna get into it. Read up on it. So we'll keep it positive. Yeah. Other than Howie getting clocked in the head with that can, I think everything was good, man. Everything was good. I got sick of hearing about saying some people was mad at Kelsey because how he was talking about his brother. I was like, man, how the hell you expect him to talk about his brother? Like, that's just stupid. So and then I ended up getting home at like 5:30. I had more problem getting home than I did going. And when I finally got home, I was exhausted. I was exhausted. Couldn't talk. Voice was almost gone. You know how you still got your voice, but your voice is like real deep and throaty. It's just like because you've been talking too much. I told somebody, I was like, my voice feels like how I used to feel when I was still coaching. That first week of practice, and you got to yell, and your voice ain't used to yelling, so it was sore. Just like it was fatigued, like your throat, like basically the first time you done worked out, and you get that soreness later on, and it's because hey, you ain't used the muscles like that before. So, but other than that, it was cool. Didn't get sick, nothing like that. Um, so it was just fun, man. We just had a blast. Just had a blast. So, hold on. I just got a notice on my iPad. It's telling me that my video can't be monetized, which means there's some audio in there that's got some of the background music that I gotta change. Because that's what I was worried about. I filmed that section I filmed with the players coming down the steps, and they were playing DMX. What's my name? I was like, man, I want to leave that music in, but I knew they was gonna hit me with the copyright. So now I got to go back, figure out what they're copyrighted, and then see if I can either take it out or change it or something like that. It's a pain in the butt, but it happens. It is what it is. So, but yeah, man, I had so much fun down there, man. So much fun. So, but let me see. Let's get started. Let's go into this. Let's go into the journey, man. This was at the field house. Let me see. Should I turn on some volume? Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I see. I might not be able to do it. Yep. You know what? I'm gonna do it this way. Do it this way.
So of course I was here like uber early. I was over the bridge at like 7 on the dot. I was not getting caught in traffic. So we're not scheduled to be here until like 8:30. And right now I can't see. It is can't see my watch. It's 7:30 right now. So I've been here for about a half an hour. I'm in the
Yeah, I was there
office.
extra early.
I'm,
I was there extra early, man. And just taking pictures. This is inside of the practice facilities. This is the indoor spot. And that was it. So, you know what? Don't go back to that view. So, and these were just like photos I was taking. Let me see. That's my boy Luther Broughton. Luther played for the Eagles for like 3 years. Was a tight end. He ended up playing with Carolina for a couple years. Um, that's Saquon's dad. We saw him with he's there with his whole family. So we grabbed the dad and we brought him over to all the alumni introduced themselves to him and took pictures with him. So that was cool. That was fun. So I know they was having a good time. And that's all. That's Ken Dunnick. That's him on the left. That's William Fuller. That's Mike. Um, that's Boots. William Booty. Jerry for Harry. Luther. And I forget what that guy's name is. I don't think he came to the art museum with us. Did he? Or I think is that Mike? I can't remember. I hope I didn't miss anybody. And then on the bus, like you'll see, like when we take off, see, it wasn't that bus was full. It was Brandon. But look at all them people, man. Look at all them people. That was so much fun. Just riding and seeing all them people waiting. So that's we leave in Novacare. You'll see in the background, you'll see Citizens Bank and the link back there. But man, just look at all them people just been waiting. They've been waiting there for hours. And when I tell you it was cold, bruh, it was cold out there. It was cold out there. So, but they waited, man, and it was worth it, man, because all you saw the stuff that Saquon was doing. Saquon sees the ball boy and brings him on the bus, like stuff like that, man. People remember that stuff, man, and yeah, it was Crown Fried Chicken. You know, Crown Fried Chicken was packed. But yeah, it was funny, man. We was leaning out the window, pumping everybody up. So let's go birds, everybody, man. It was yo, they 20 deep, man. Look at that. Look at that. That is ridiculous. Look at all them people back there. Look at all them people way back there. That is crazy. That is crazy. And everybody just turned up when the buses. We in yellow buses. We not even in the real nice championship. They didn't have the buses wrapped. We was in yellow school buses. And still people was just turning up. As soon as they saw us, they was turning up. So, and then we make the turn right here, and they just kept turning up. Now, here's the thing. What is this? Like, what's with the? I didn't know what the stuff was. What is this? What's with the boxes of dirt? I don't know. Maybe that's the Philly thing. I don't know. But they standing up on stuff, man. I saw a couple people with the classic jerseys on. You know, I'm sticking my head out, waving at people. Broad Street was crazy, man. Look at all these people. I got to get me one of them. I got to get me one of these flags, put it on the wall. So, but yeah, they just saw the buses this down by the art museum. Oh my goodness, look at all these people. Look at all these people, man. It's hard to visualize that. I got another angle when I'm coming down the steps. You'll see that later, man. But look at all them damn people, man. Philadelphia was representing. Philly was representing all them people, man. It was packed tight. Eagles chants busting out everywhere. Folks just going crazy. Uh, yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Now the last time that those borders went all the way up to the back of where we were sitting. Now they had it a little bit further back this time because I think it was more more family there. So, and now we get into the alumni. Um, yeah, I didn't leave nobody out as Brandon Whiting, Mike Curcio, Jerry Harry, Ken Dunnick, Will Fuller, Victor, Luther, Rashid, Boots, and then that's me. So we had a good little group, man. We had a good little group. So I took, me being the nerd. I'm gonna go take. I put my iPhone in portrait mode, so I was getting some good shots, man. Getting some good shots. So I took pictures of everybody, and I put this stuff together. Um, so yeah, that was fun. Big Luther. Luther's my boy, man. Love that dude. I had him on the podcast. I'm gonna get him on again. Boots has been on the podcast before. I'm gonna get him on. Boots played for the Eagles, played for the Jets, and I think he played for Washington. Will Fuller. Fuller was there when I was there in '93 and '94. Vic was a little bit after me. He played with Kelsey. And Ken Dunnick was a little bit before me. Ken played with the Eagles and the USFL Philadelphia Stars. So I think Jerry played in the USFL as well. So he played with Randall. And then had to give a shout out to the Ohio boys, man. Cincinnati and Cleveland representing. So that was fun. And I don't know who this dude was. Everybody kept asking me, like, yo, who's the dude in the mustache? So I don't know who he was. I don't know who he was. Kelly Asbury, thank you for the super chat. $2 super chat. I appreciate you. So happy to be an Eagles fan. Absolutely. We had a good time, man. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, but I don't know who that guy was. Everybody was asking. So that was everybody that came in. Him and I forget what his name is. Because I think one of these dudes had an accent. That's AJ Feely. So he's been in a lot of, I've seen him before. So we had a good time, man. We had a good group. So we were just chilling, had a good time. Ken Brent was wearing his ring, so I wish I could have got a better picture, but close up of his Super Bowl ring. So y'all gotta hear this, man. So you heard it here. Hold on, let me see. Because I ain't got a sound on this one. So, then I get hit with an ad on YouTube. A Verizon ad. So everybody that signed up for Verizon, I get a piece of that. But yeah, it was cool, man. Let me see the steps. This is when we went out to the steps. This was cool, man. Just like it was almost like behind the scenes going out on stage to a concert. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like, man. All these people out there. And then when you get that shot of all of the people down there at the art museum, man, that was crazy. Look at that. Look at that. That is ridiculous. When you see that many people out there. And then got John. I sent John this picture. He was interviewing Selleck, so I was right there. So I just turned the camera on. And then me talking shit about the people from Cincinnati, man. That's what's up. So, but yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time. So it was cold though. I ain't gonna lie. Whew. It was cold. And every now and then I'm trying to hear stuff, so I would take my hood off. Every time I took the hood off, then the wind would start blowing again. And man, it was a little brisk. It was a little brisk. So, but it was cool though. It was it helped that the sun came out, so it kind of minimized that a little bit. So, hey Kelly, 100%, 100%. At least it didn't rain. Absolutely. I'd have been wrecked if it had been raining. I'd have been salty about that. So, but at least we had a good day. The wind was up though. You see the flags blowing. It was crazy. So, but we dealt with it. Sun stayed out most of the time. Didn't go in the clouds. Nothing like that. And we had ourselves a great day. Great day. So the only thing you got to deal with is a little bit of the wind. I'm good with that. Definitely good with that. So, Um, yeah, I had the winter socks on and had my gloves with me. I felt bad for some of the cops because the cops was out there. You know, a lot of the cops they can't wear coats and stuff like that. They just got the uniform. And they was, cops was sitting on the wall like this. I know they was freezing. So, but yeah, it was cool, man. You was nice and warm in Florida. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. So yeah, you see that drone up there? It was a bunch of drones just flying around right above the fireworks. I was like, that's probably a great view. Probably a great view. So so yeah, man. I had a good time, Mike. I had a great time. Great time. So there's Kelsey. I got a good picture of him. That's Dave Spadaro. You know what? I'm gonna get Dave Spadaro on the podcast one time. Now that he's in the off season, there's Boots. I'm gonna try to get Spadaro on. Spadaro's good people, man. There's Trot. I should have followed him up there and got pictures with his son. There he is. So yo, they touched Howie with that damn beer can, man. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's Jalen Carter. There's Kelsey again. You know, he always got a beer. So Kelsey was cool. There, Booker. See, Booker made it. There's Jordan Mailata. And then that's us. We took one picture together. You know, I love this shot with Philly in the background, so that's cool. And then that's me. That was the last shot I took at the Rocky statue. That's my first picture at the Rocky statue. As long as I've been here, I've never taken a picture with that. So I thought that was cool. That was fun. Uh, it was people taking pictures, and one guy was like, "You want me to take a picture for you?" I was like, "Sure." So he hooked me up. So that was cool. So, but we had a good time, man. We had a good time. It didn't last too long. Didn't go way too long. You know, I know a lot of people were complaining at the mayor. Well, her speech was a little bit too long, but it was all right. It was all right. So, and that was just the big scheme of things. It wasn't too bad. So, but yeah, man, we had a good ass time. Good ass time. Yo, how we gonna? You ain't even gonna see that scar next year. How we gonna get some plastic surgery or something like that? You ain't even gonna know it was there. Watch, watch. I like Mayor Parker. I didn't think the speech. I thought it was just getting to the point was like, all right, you need to wrap this up. I didn't think it was too long, but then when you look at compared to everybody else's, Dom got out there and gave a 3-word speech. Dom said 3 words, and everybody went nuts. So I think Jalen Hurts went a little bit too long. When he stopped the first time, I was like, "Go ahead and drop the mic, bro. You ain't got to keep saying stuff." You know, I love Jalen Hurts, man, but sometimes that joker just he like dry toast, man. You got to wash it down with something good to drink, so he can get a little dry. But hey, he is what he is. But I'll take a dry Super Bowl champion at quarterback. So, because it'll be this time, soon as the season start next year, they're gonna start dissing him again. So I guarantee you, they're gonna find something else wrong with him. So the whole situation is gonna rinse and repeat again about the whole disrespect and all that kind of stuff. Nah, man, I ain't. I didn't have a Rocky pick. Even when I went down there, we went down there for the draft a couple years ago. Um, I just one of the things just never did. I'd seen it, but I wasn't trying to go down there. So I was good, man. But we had a good time before though. So and since so ain't no complaints. I finally got one. So get in where you fit in. So what's up, K Sap? My boy K Sap. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Great footage. Keep applying the pressure. I'm working on it, brother. I'm working on it. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Y'all in the basketball, women's basketball, WNBA. Check out my man KSAP at Simply Ball Dropping, man. Big plug, big plug. We help each other. Everybody can eat. So appreciate you, bro. Crowd was going. Yeah, they still dissing Jalen now. Everybody still got something to say. But I ain't, I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. Love hurts. Oh, I'm gonna get one of them hoodies. I'm getting one of them hoodies, man. I just got my my memorial shirt. That's the first time. This is the first time ever. This is the first time ever. I didn't even do this in 2017. When the Eagles won, immediately I ordered, when they put all the ads out to uh get your t-shirt, I ordered mine on the spot. I ordered 2 t-shirts and a hat. I got both my t-shirts, got me one, got my wife one, and then I'm waiting for my hat to come in. So uh and also where's my yeah. I had the fellas we was in the room with, so we all got together and I thought I was gonna be able to get some hats signed, but out there in that maelstrom with all them people, it was a sea of people, man. But what I did do was I got all the alumni. I think I got Kelsey. I think I got Kelsey to sign this too. Did I? Hold on, let me see. I think I got Kelsey to sign this. 2, 3. Oh, Brent Selleck signed it. But did I get Kelsey? Did Kelsey sign this? I don't think he did. But so I had one of my Go Birds, and you see all of the signatures on it. So I'm gonna hang this up. You know, when I redo this office, I'm gonna hang this up in the background. So that's cool. So yeah, everybody that was that came into the alumni room and all the former players, we signed it. So that was pretty dope. My boy Ken Dunnett hooked me up with a cigar. I don't smoke, but I did want to keep the cigar. This is an Epic Maduro. So appreciate that. I might have Ken on the podcast too. Uh, in a few weeks. I'm reaching out to everybody, man. But hey, don't think I'm not gonna call Kelsey. I'm like, Kelsey, come on, man. You got, us Ohio boys got to stick together. Got to hook me up. Got to hook me up. Got to hook me up. Adam John, you like Tom Grossi? I like Tom too, man. Tom is a good dude, man. Tom is a good dude. I don't know if you know my story with Tom. Um, the Eagles had a Thursday night game. Tom is obviously he's a Green Bay Packers fan, but the Eagles were playing on Thursday night. I can't even remember who we were playing, and Tom Grossi live streams all of the games, and I was live streaming the Eagles game on Thursday night, and he does this thing where uh, at halftime they do a Grossi Posse raid on somebody else on somebody's channel, and he picked my channel one time, and at the time when they raided my channel, I was doing my halftime. I do a halftime spiel on Facebook, but this particular day I usually go walk out, on my front porch and I'm talking to my phone on Facebook Live and I'm giving my thoughts on halftime. This time I had my phone I never left my desk. I had my phone right here. So I'm on YouTube and I'm on Facebook at the same time. So while everybody's coming through with the posse and the chat is going nuts, I'm concentrating on Facebook. So I'm not even seeing what's going on YouTube. But by the time I realized what was going on, I I thanked him and all that kind of stuff. And even I went back to watch his broadcast, and he even said it. I was like, I think he might be simul streaming or something like that. So, and then he even called it out when I realized what was going on, and I said thank you and everything. But I reached back out to him the next week, and I was like, "Yo, you rated my channel a couple weeks ago, blah blah blah," and then he rated me again. This time I was ready for it. So, but it was cool, man. He ain't had to do it. So I became a member of the Grossi Posse. I tried to tune in every time if I'm not streaming, I'm usually watching him on football. So that was cool for him to do that. Gave me some subscribes, got a real nice super chat that day. So it was cool, man. Much love, man. So I'll put the commemorative sticker in the window. So yeah, it was cool, man. So big fan of him. I would love to get Scooter Magruder. I didn't know Scooter Magruder was from Philly. Some people were saying that is he from this area? I watch his stuff. His stuff is pretty funny. But is he? I just you got a tendency to assume if they a Cowboys fan, they down in Texas or whatever. But I don't know. Is he from this area? I don't know. Yeah, the NFC East meetings are funny. He does a good job with that. Um, yeah, he trashes everybody because you got to keep it even. You got to keep it even. And we know he a Cowboy fan, but still, it's still pretty funny. Um, just a new. I don't know if he's from Philly. I don't know if he's from Philly. I know a lot of people were saying that because they were like, if they're gonna make him go to the parade, is he from this area? So I don't think he is, but I was just going off of what people were saying online. I have not vetted that. I have not did any homework on that, so I do not know. But I thought he was down there in Texas somewhere. I could be wrong. So I would love to collaborate with Thomas Mont. We follow each other on Twitter. Um, I would love to. I love his content. I've been watching Thomas Mott since I started doing mine because when I started doing my podcast, when I first started my podcast, I was just doing strictly audio podcasts, like traditional podcasting. I wasn't trying to be on YouTube. And then, I can kick myself because I should have did that from the giddy up. But when I first started getting on camera, the first thing everybody tells you is find somebody doing what you want to do and watch them do it. Find somebody who's doing it better than you and watch what they do. So I found Thomas Mott. I found Philly Mike. I found Tone Antonio and Chalk It Up. And Tone was the one that hooked me up and got me on Jacob Media. And that's when I met D Gun. I met Rob Ellis. Barrett Brooks is a good friend of mine. Barrett Brooks got me on. And that's how I made those connections. Actually, it wasn't Tone, it was Barrett Brooks. And then I met Tone through all the people at Jacob Media, and me and Tone struck up a friendship, and we kept going. Then we started our, pregame show, and that thing blew up. So we gonna keep that going throughout the off season, man. We gonna find something else to talk about, man. So, oh, Scooter lives in Orlando. Okay, okay, all right, all right. So, but yeah, 88s. I would love to do a collab with Thomas Mob for sure. So him or the Philly Special. So because I know they work together. Both of their content is really good, man. I like it. So I'm always trying to learn. So and now that we are in officially football seasons is over, we done had the parade. Um, Now I'm gonna be jumping back into NCAA basketball, women's basketball, not men's. I do NCAA women's basketball and I do WNBA. So I'm looking forward to jumping back into that. Finally got time. Um, I just wasn't planning on doing nothing like that until the parade was over with. I've been watching a little bit of the Unrivaled League. Eh, I'm watching it. I'm trying to make myself watch it so I can be, educated in it. But, you know, I'm not a big fan of 3-on-3, but I'm trying to make myself watch it and trying to figure out what I do and don't like. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to support. But I got to keep it real. Got to keep it a bean. Um, the Philly Film Room. I got to look at that. I'm not familiar with that one. Have I watched the Philly Film Room? I don't know. I have to look that up. I'm good at. That's the one thing I got on my bucket list. Not a bucket list, but that's one of my goals in the off season. This off season, I'm going to really, really get into watching more film because when you stop watching film, you forget a lot of things. And I've forgotten what they call formations and a lot of stuff like that. So um, I'm going to be getting way back into watching video just to get educated myself. Two of my favorite people, Brian Baldinger. Brian Baldinger was my teammate with the Eagles. So big fan of the Travel Dog. Love that dude. And Greg Cosell. Anything you want to know about football, watching film, anything like that. Greg Cosell, Baldy. That you ain't got to go any further than that. And I do like. I'm a big fan of JT O'Sullivan and the quarterback school. People like that, all they do is watch film. So the one thing I've learned since I started doing all of the YouTube stuff, a lot of these dudes on TV, they don't watch film no more. Even the former players, They do not watch film because they ain't got enough time to. They might watch a game on television, but a lot of these guys aren't watching film. I like Dan Orlovsky. He watches film. I like some of the stuff. Who else? What's the guy? I can't think of his name right now. What's the former quarterback? Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez watches film. So I like, you can tell when people watch a lot of film, and a lot of people get it wrong. Just because you didn't have a quote unquote good career does not mean you don't know what you're talking about or you don't know how to watch film. And that's what people tend to forget because a lot of people, they throw digs at Dan Orlovsky, or they throw digs at Mark Sanchez because they didn't have a Hall of Fame career. That don't mean they don't know the game. JT O'Sullivan's got the best breakdown of quarterback play, bar none. Anybody. I don't know anybody that's better than him. And he was a journeyman. I don't know how many starts he had, but he was a career backup. But that doesn't mean he doesn't know the game. So people got to get that out of their system, man. So I appreciate you, Robbie. I appreciate the love. Shoot. Appreciate the love. Keep bringing it. Gate City and Philly Films are my go-to. Gate City. I'm gonna have to write Gate City and Philly Films. I'm gonna check them out. Chances are I'll probably look at them like, oh, I've seen this. I have never met Philly 500. I've seen some of his content. What a nice to see. Man, Randall down in Vegas chilling. Randall ain't coming up here. He chilling. He good. You would love Philly film, but I'm gonna check them out. I appreciate the heads up. Let me see if I've seen it before. Film room. I know I was on with Shane Hoff a little bit ago. So Philly film room. I think I have seen this. Let me see. Have I seen this before? No, I have not. I have not seen this before. So I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna have to check them out. All right. I appreciate the heads up. I'm gonna check them out. I'm always looking to collab with people, man. Talk football. It's all good, man. Listen, I tell anybody, man, it's enough room for everybody to eat. So, but I think the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in touch with Spads and see if I can. The one thing I neglected to do when I talked to Jason Kelsey, I was like, yeah, I should have been like, yo, give me your number so we can connect and let me come on a late night show, or get you for 5 minutes. That's all it takes. Or you can mention me on New Heights. I'm an Ohio boy. Whatever I got to do, man. All it takes is one mention on something. Like getting a mention on New Heights would be the same as somebody as going on Joe Rogan. That's the appeal. New Heights is that big. Those are the type of numbers that New Heights is doing. So I'm like, yeah, bro, put me on for 5 minutes. Call me, hang up on me, whatever you want to do. All you need to do is mention Pro Fan Talk on New Heights one time, and I'm through the roof. That's what I'm talking about, man. So I'm all with that, bro. So I'm gonna make it happen. Got some irons in the fire. Definitely got some irons in the fire. Yo, that's who I want to get with. Top billing with Murphy. I love that dude. I love his energy. He knows what he's talking about. He used to be a scout, so he knows football. He knows what he's talking about. So I love watching his breakdowns and stuff like that. So that's when you hear him, he knows what he's talking about, and he's been in it long enough that he knows the jargon, he knows the formations. That's the stuff that I've forgotten because teams call formations different things. So I'll be pulling shit out of the top of my head, but I know what I'm looking at. So, but he's a little bit tighter with it because he was a scout and he was in that, having to watch film. He was in that aspect of the game for a long time. So I love watching Murph. I love Top Billing. Love that dude. Gate City. All right, Gate City and Philly Films. I'm gonna put them on the list. Gate City and Philly Films. Hold on. I ain't messing around. I'm gonna write them down because I forget. Gate City and Philly Films. Gate City, Philly Films. Yep. I'm gonna check them out. And if y'all know people that know people, tell them to seek me out. We can collab for a conversation for sure. For sure. Don't let these haters speak. Do you read, think, and grow rich? Napoleon Hill 500 is an Italian Goonie. It's all good. His wife surpassed it. Yo, I knew Kelsey was gonna blow up. Everybody like her. Kylie Kelsey. I knew she was on there. All right, Kimmy. Thank you for joining me. Love you. Be safe. Talk to you later. I didn't forget about you. I'll definitely send something your way for your buddy. I didn't get a chance to see Howie or Jeff at the parade, but I will definitely sign something for you and send it down there. So appreciate you. Love you, Kimmy. Talk to you later. Somebody top billing, top billing. Yo, when he'll be watching the film, he'll be like, Jakob. Crack up every time he say that. Philly Mike. I would love to connect with Philly Mike. I like Philly Mike. Broads is cool, but Bros is loud, bro. All right, Kelly. Appreciate you. Appreciate the super chat once again. Have a good night. My wife just made some brownies, so as soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna be in the kitchen with some coffee, ice cream, and brownies. Don't get it twisted. Florida warm, but it ain't Philly. Facts. Facts. Say again, but louder. So yeah, man. Yeah, that was my experience at the parade. We had a great time. All the alumni. Was hoping it would be more, but you know what? It was cool just with the people that we had, man. Enjoying the time, enjoying that opportunity, enjoying the experience, the love of Philly. It was awesome. The ceremony wasn't too long, even though a couple people went long. For the most part, in the macro, it was not a long. We were not out there for a long period of time, so it was just right. And yeah, we had a blast, man. We had a blast. That's some contacts. All the alumni, I'm planning on bringing them, getting them on the podcast. So there will be a lot of Eagles content. Now you know I go heavy with the WNBA in the off season, but there will be a lot of Eagles content in the off season this year for sure. So working on some new graphics, got some things in the mix. So um, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. So, and as usual, y'all are part of my squad. Y'all part of my team. I appreciate and love everybody. Appreciate the support. Share these videos out so we can continue to grow. Man. It seems like I just hit 5,000 the other, a couple days ago, and now I'm already at like 6,300. Just like so, it just keeps speeding up. So the goal is to reach by my birthday. I want to reach. I want to be able to have hit 10 grand. My birthday is in July, so that's the goal. So to be at 10 grand by my birthday. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep it moving. Football is never over. Football is never over, Tiffany. Never. They got on demand now, so it's never over. I'm gonna watch that Super Bowl. I still got to break down do a little film study of the game. I'm still planning on doing that. I still in the back of my head. There were two plays that I watched where Saquon, if he'd have bounced it outside one time, he'd have been gone, and he never did it. He was just staying true. He wasn't trying to dance and do too much. But yeah, there's still some plays I want to go over in film study, so I'm definitely going to do that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. I am at officially right now. Let me see. I don't know if it'll. I'm officially at. Let me see if I can do it right here. I'm at 6,371 subs. That's official. Let me see if I can bring it up here. Can I? Can I? No, I can't. Daggone it. Yeah, I'm officially at 63.71. So I'm moving on up. Moving on up. There you go. NFL Network all year. All year, Tiffany. All year. Probably not. Probably not. I'll probably be up here. Um, yeah, they had the Eagles playoff. Hey, I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna watch it again. I want to see that domination. I don't mind watching that again. So, but again, I appreciate Kelly. Appreciate the super chat. My boy KSAP. Appreciate the super chat, bro. Um, yeah, I just wanted to go over that video with you guys, man. I had a great time. Glad y'all liked the video. I got to go back and see why YouTube hit me with the copyright. Probably some music or something like that. So I'll figure it out. But it's all good. Um, so yeah, football season's over with. We got a Super Bowl champions. We got another trophy in the building. Another trophy in the house. So that's a good feeling to have, man. Good feeling to have. 31 other teams that ain't got this. 31 other teams ain't got it. But we do. They talk shit about us all year. And we still came back with it. Still came back with it. So, but all right, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Go check out them brownies my wife cooked for me, man. I had some good time. So stay tuned. I'm gonna have a lot more content coming next week. I'll be starting doing the transitions. Um, but I'm still gonna have a lot of Eagles content. Or you guys can find me on Discord as well. So you can look for me on Discord, on Twitter. Um, I'm everywhere, man. Everywhere. So I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna probably chill out and watch some basketball, watch Unrival tomorrow. It feels like it's Sunday today, but it's only Saturday. So and I think I gotta cook some ribs next week. So we're supposed to get a snowstorm up here in the Northeast. So I don't know what's gonna happen. So we dealing with that. Did we pass DC for trophies? I don't think so. I don't think so. Um, Super Bowl trophies, I doubt it. I doubt it. We only got two. I think Washington has three or four. I could be wrong. Let me see. Washington Redskins Super Bowls. I think they might have two. 92, 83, 92, and 88. So okay. 88 was the Doug Williams. So they got three. So they still got one more than we do. So it's all good. Cowboys have five, but yeah, Cowboys won like in like years ago, 30 years, man. 30 years. At least I mean Commanders are pretty much in the same boat, but the Commanders don't be talking like that, like the Cowboys do. That's why everybody get irritated with the Cowboys. Because you got people, and I've said this before, and this will be my last thing before I close. Cowboys fans, if you are a Cowboys fan and you never saw Troy Aikman play in person, I don't want to hear from you. If you never saw Troy, Emmett, Michael Irvin, Larry Allen, if you never saw that group play in person, if you never saw Jimmy Johnson coach on television live, I don't want to hear from you. If you did, talk your talk because those teams were so good it wasn't funny. Jimmy Johnson had squads and Jerry Jones screwed it up because his ego got in the way. If you were around and you had a chance to watch those championships, good on you. If you were too young for that, I'm not trying to hear from you. You got the VHS version or the VHS version converted to DVD. So, hey, I was not. I like Roger Staubach because if most people don't realize back then when Roger Staubach was playing, the Steelers were the bad guys because the Steelers had won 4 Super Bowls. So just like Kansas City And before them, just like New England, and before them, just like the Cowboys, whenever a team wins multiple championships, everybody turns on that team. Everybody hates them because everybody's sick of seeing them win. The only reason the Buffalo Bills weren't like that was because they went to 4 straight Super Bowls and they lost all 4. Stupid kicker. 4 straight. You know how difficult that is? 4 straight Super Bowls. So, you know, even though I hate the Cowboys now, I grew up as a Tony Dorsett fan. So, you know, it is what it is, man. So, but like I said before, man, I got brownies to eat, so I got to go. But I'm going to get out of here, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Make sure you share these videos, man, and make sure you get people to subscribe. Remember, the goal is get to 10 grand. We got to get to 10 grand. I'm humping. And I bet you I can get it if I can mess around and get Kelsey on this podcast. So I'm going to get out of here, man. I appreciate you guys joining me. I appreciate the love. Appreciate the support, man. Keep it up. Tell your friends about me. All right. I'm going to get up out of here. I appreciate you. Enjoy your weekend. Go Birds. World champions, y'all. Say it with me now.